Hello, this is the video lesson for 1.2 day 3, Gemma. The date is November 20th. The essential question, how do parentheses affect the order of operations? We have an entry task, 4 squared times 2 plus 8 times 7. As always, before you watch these videos, please make sure you copy the notes ahead of time so that you can just follow along on the video. If you haven't already, go ahead and push pause and go copy the notes. All right, so I wrote Gemma on the side because that's just how I roll. I see no groups here, right? But next is exponents. I see one exponent, 4 to the power of 2. 4 to the power of 2 means 4 times 4, which is 16. So I got 16 times 2 plus 8 times 7, right? Multiplication comes before addition. So I'm going to do these first. 6 times 2 is 32. And then it looks like I skipped a step, which is fine. 8 times 7 is 56. And then you do 32 plus 56, which equals 88. Yeah. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, let's talk about groups real quick, because groups, the G in Gemma for groups, is the reason why we use Gemma instead of PEMDAS, right? Because PEMDAS says P for parentheses. But here at Cascade, we'll say groups, because groups are parentheses, brackets. So we have parentheses, brackets, fancy brackets, or fractions, where you have the things on top, which we call the numerator, and the things on bottom, which we call the denominator. If you see a big fraction and you see a bunch of things on top, that is a group. And if you see a bunch of things on bottom, that is a group. And you want to do the groups first. I'll show you what that means for example 1. So, example 1, we have 3 times 4 over 2 plus 2. 3 times 4 is a group, and 2 plus 2 is a group. So you must do those separately. Okay? And then fractions equal division. And you'll see what that means. So 3 times 4 is 12. 2 plus 2 is 4. And now you're left with 12 over 4. Fractions equal division. So this means 12 divided by 4, which equals 3. So our answer is 3. Okay. Let's do example 2. Here. Why so blurry? Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Here we go. Example 2. This one's a little big, but we doing it. Right? Oops. Oh, my pencil fell. Okay. So I have 2 squared times the quantity of 1 times 4 minus 2 divided by 2 plus the quantity of 6 plus 2 minus 3. In Gemma, it doesn't matter which groups you do first, as long as you do the groups. Okay, so we're going to kind of do them at the same time. So let's look at this group first. Within this group, I have a multiply, a subtract, and a divide. Right? I'm going to go from left to right with this multiply and divide, because multiply and divide come before subtraction, and this multiply comes first. So 1 times 4 will go first. 1 times 4 is 4, and that's all I did. 2 squared is still there, 4 minus 2 divided by 2, and then I also just did this. 6 plus 2 is 8, 8 minus 3 is 5. So I just turned that into a normal 5, and I just left it there. Okay, so this group is done. Within this group, I have 4 minus 2 divided by 2. Division comes before subtraction, according to Gemma. So I have to do 2 divided by 2 first, which is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So now I've got 2 squared times 4 minus 1 plus 5. 4 minus 1 is 3. Right, we're not done with this group yet. 4 minus 1 is 3. So now I've got 2 squared times 3 plus 5. Groups are done. Thank God. Next is E, exponents. I have this 2 squared. 2 squared is 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. And then don't forget that when it's just right next to a number, that means multiply. So I have 4 times 3 plus 5. Multiplication comes first. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 plus 5 is 17. Sorry, my bad. Alright. That's example 2. I would like you to try it. We're going to do a try it. So we have this expression, 50 minus 2 to the power of 3 times 4 plus 6 divided by 3 times 2 times 2. In order to do this, you should do the numerator first, and then do the denominator, and then divide. So our numerator is 50 minus 2 to the power of 3 times 4 plus 6. We got to do our groups first. Within our groups, I have 2 to the power of 3 times 4. 2 to the power of 3 is 8. 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So I have 8 times 4. Still got that plus 6. Still got that 50. 8 times 4 is 32. Now I have 50 minus 32 plus 6. 50 minus 32. Handy dandy calculator. 50 minus 32 equals 18. And then 18 plus 6 is 24. So our numerator is 24. Okay. Let's do our denominator. Our denominator is 3 times 2 times 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. So our denominator is 12. Right? When I rewrite my expression, that means I have 24 on top, and I have 12 on bottom. This means division. 24 divided by 12 equals 2. So our answer is 2. Okay. There it is. Well, that's all I have for notes today. Keep in mind about those groups. So with the notes. So our assignment, you will just finish your 1.2 practice. If you have not completed it, please go and complete it. Today's Friday, so all the homework is due on Monday. You should have the 1.1 practice, the Ed puzzle, and the 1.2 practice. Finish any of that work so you can turn it in on Monday. If you have any questions, go ahead and send me an email. Have a wonderful day.